I just want to maybe just add some of my encounters with the Father is he started to speak to me about love, and that love is unconditional and love is about giving. And he kind of challenged me to go into worship, that when I go into worship that I do not take out of the atmosphere, that I only bring, and I almost like empty out onto God. And what that creates in an atmosphere, it creates an updraft. And unfortunately, a lot of times in church settings, or if you don't know how to engage yourself or to give, it's almost like, I don't know how to explain this, but you can actually bring out of your spirit being, you can give God glory. It's like something that comes out of you, and it ascends. But when a lot of people start to do it, and you get people that does not yet have the understanding of giving, and that it's easy to take out of the atmosphere, and it would start to give you a thrill and a chill type of thing. I don't know if it makes sense, but that when we start to engage now is that we kind of go into a desert place, that it's nothing in it for you. I don't know if it makes sense, but it's just absolutely just letting go of everything, giving God everything that is in your being, and that worship is something that you just give everything that you have, and that you do not take it to feel better about yourself, because we're all going through some stuff, and it kind of steals your focus. And just if I look at my own life, I can testify of that you lose sight of God. But when worship becomes, it's really true worship, then you lose sight of yourself, and you lose sight of your situation and your circumstances, and what I want to get to is when there's an updraft, it makes ascension easier to go into the realms of the kingdom and go and engaging God face to face, because it would start to open up. I want just to add that. Okay, cool. Just want to share about engagement. I was once challenged. I had a friend that he doesn't know anything of. He knows the basic Christianity, that Jesus saves, and that you should live a good life. So that was kind of his basic stuff. And with engaging heaven and going to heaven, I shared with him, after years, I shared with him that kind of what God was doing with me. And he said, "What, man? Like, that's really like insane, the stuff that you're talking about." And in that moment, he asks me, "But I also want to go." He said to me, he also wants to go to heaven. And he said, "Can't you teach me? Can't you show me how to do it?" And sure, I was really challenged, like, how would I explain it to somebody else? And then I asked God, and he said that it's actually, you should tell people that it's very easy. That people don't have like this complex thing in their intellect, that it's such a big, it's a big and difficult thing to do. And I said, "Okay, God." And then we went to a beach, and we sat there, and just God gave me just a download of what I had to do with him. And I don't know if I've shared this before here. I don't know, but and that day while we were sitting there, God, he spoke to me and said that you have to help people to know that they should not fear their imagination, because the enemy has come and has built a perception that you are creating stuff outside of God. But there's building blocks, it's all over. God has already put it there. So, and there's stuff that you can use as pathways or gateways to engage the kingdom. In this instance, God just said to me, but maybe I just quickly want to say that Jesus, or the Holy Spirit, will kind of work us towards Jesus. Jesus would he wants to actually meet us on the other side so that he can present you to the Father. Because Jesus already done what he had to do, so that we need to get to the Father, so that the Father can also position us as sons to administrate out of heaven, just as Jesus is doing right now. But his job is done here. It is for him to present sons unto the Father. But anyway, that's just So what I want to get to is that I partnered with Jesus, that Jesus is on the other side of the veil, so Jesus would meet whatever I'm from this side trying to help this guy to engage, that Jesus will meet him. Because when Jesus gets him on the other side and he sees Jesus, that Jesus will take him to the Father, just as it happened with myself when it happened a few years ago. But so we were sitting next to the beach, and God just said to me, but close your eyes and help him to use his imagination to come to me. And I said, okay. And then he explained to me, but let him create a picture. So I said to him, use your imagination and see yourself walking on a beach. Just can you have that picture? And then he said, he was like closing his eye and he said, yes, he's got it. And it was just random. He just started to share. There's a lot of detail in his picture. So everything in his files, in his, let's say you talked about the soul as a storing space. So any reference that he has connected with a beach would be sea or a boat or sculptor. I don't know what that shells. But anyway, so he had a lot of stuff very quick, and I said, okay, that's interesting. And then I actually said to him that, okay, can you see yourself walking on this beach? And he said, yeah, he can kind of do that. And then he walked on the beach, and then I said to him, can you bring a door standing on this beach? Can you picture a door just on this beach? Like a door frame with a door in it, with a doorknob. And he said, yeah, I got it. And I said, so walk to that door and put your hand on the knob and open the door and go through. And he said, okay, cool. And he did it. And I said to him, but what do you see? And he said, I only see more beach. And I started laughing, And then I said, okay, God, but that didn't work now. And immediately God just showed me that I should put a border line. I don't know how to explain it, but I said to him, okay, so go back through the door, like walk back as you close the door again, and stand back and then put in a wall as far as you can see to your left, as far as you can see to the right, up, down, a wall, and this door is in this wall. And and so he said, okay, you can do that. And he says the wall's running into the ocean, can't see into the land, and this door is just in front of him and just the beach scenery. And I said to him, okay, but now go to the door and open the door. And when he opened the doors, I only heard like, and I was curious. I said, okay, because I was only like helping him. I didn't see what he was necessarily seeing. And I asked him, so what's it? He said, Jesus is here. And it was so easy. And I couldn't and then it was like 20 minutes. He was gone. And I just hear this, he's just on his mission. That guy came back. He's never seen an angel he's seen angels. He's been to the throne of God. He saw the river running underneath the throne. And he doesn't have any reference of this stuff. We've had people telling us about engagements, telling us about heaven, what they've seen, what they've experienced in encounters. So you kind of have an idea when it happens that you've heard of it before. But this guy, he didn't have any reference. So it was really amazing, just the reality of God, who knows, and this guy really has faith like a child. I must give that also, is that he really is childlike. And there was actually something he shared with me, and he doesn't know my relationship with Samuel in heaven. And he said that was at a point he walked there was angels with him, and he asked them, but there's Jon, and who's that with him? And he says he thinks it's Samuel, and they said, no, it is Samuel. And he said to him, or he asked, but what are they doing? And he said that we were on white horses, and they told him that we went to fight a dragon. And I was like, when he told me that, I thought like, I have no idea what this guy's talking about. And if it was like, I said, God, I don't understand. 2 days after that, I came back to Paul, because this was in the West Coast. I came back to Paul and I had an encounter again. And in this encounter, Samuel came to take me, and we went to fight a dragon. And when we had victory over the thing, we got on white horses and we went like to a different place in heaven. And when that all happened, I realized that it's the thing of time and space, that the Spirit isn't governed by time. So even though I had 2 days later, I could have been in the Spirit before it actually happened in time and space. I don't know if it makes sense. But so he actually saw something, because heaven is real time. There is a time in heaven, like there's stuff going on constantly. Angels coming and going to the throne room. It's busy there. So, but the thing I want to get to is it's really easy. It's really that we should not fear our imagination. Like, I think he touched on it, and Franz also said it, like, I think something that the enemy has brought into the body of Christ is the fear of the false. That you are so afraid of the false that you don't actually go in. But if you have trust in the goodness of God to lead you into truth, it kind of, your starting point changes. It's a different momentum that comes because you trust in His goodness to lead you in the Spirit to not go into false things and to guide you to get to Him. But I just wanted to share that. Cool.